A 21-year-old woman presents to the emergency department after an intentional ingestion. On physical exam, she's lethargic, flushed, hot to touch, and her pupils are dilated. Vital signs include blood pressure 130/90, heart rate 130, respiratory rate 22. After several minutes, she has a generalized tonic-clonic seizure. What is the mechanism by which this class of medication causes cardiac toxicity? All right, so this is a second-order question. We have to first identify the toxin, the medication, and then what is its mechanism. So if we take a look at this question a little closer, we see that the patient is lethargic, flushed, hot to touch, and pupils are dilated. This is a toxidrome. It is an anticholinergic or antimuscarinic toxidrome. And so that already limits or really hones in on what we're looking for in the medication. And then the other part of this question that brings it all together and lets me at least answer the first part of what this medication is the patient has a generalized tonic-clonic seizure. So for testing purposes, when I see seizure and anticholinergic syndrome, I always think tricyclic antidepressant. Okay, so we're dealing with a TCA right now. And to answer this question and get it correctly, all we have to do is know what is the mechanism of TCAs. And so if we look at our answer choices, let's see if we could boil this down. 1, or A, AV nodal blockade. This is typically something we'll call bradycardia and hypotension. And this would be beta blocker or calcium channel blocker. So I'm going to mark that as not correct. Next, let's jump to C, inhibition of the sodium-potassium ATPase pump. So this is digoxin, acts on the sodium-potassium ATPase pump, and I don't think that this patient has digoxin toxicity. And D, rapid outward potassium channel blockade. And this is class 3 antidysrhythmics. Things like, amiodarone does it, sotalol does it, ibutalide does it. I don't think that that is correct here. And so what we're left with is fast inward sodium channel blockade, which is consistent with tricyclic antidepressant toxicity. And while TCAs inhibit much more than sodium channel blockade is most appropriate for TCA toxicity and therefore will be the correct answer. We got it.